Welcome to the Burning of the Midnight Lamp, where we are dissecting music history, album by album, and track by track. And in this episode, we are sort of continuing our chronology of Sparks, and we have come to 1985. They didn't release any albums this year, but they did release one very interesting single called Change. So far in the 1980s, Sparks has been very US-focused, and Russell admitted that it maybe was a mistake not to return to the UK during the 1980s. And they were so anonymous in UK around this time that when they came back, the British people asked them, "So what have you been up to? Where did you go after the 70s?" So the British were completely oblivious to what they had done during the 80s. But now they went back to London and they brought with them this new single called Change. This was recorded in Sin Sound Studios in Brussels. David Kendrick contemplated around this song and how it marked a clear shift toward a more futuristic and maybe also more symphonic sound that they would do much later, and indicated that this was the moment the duo really started. This is where maybe the Sparks that we are more familiar with today. This is on the starting point for them.
So this was the change.
In a very, literally a change. And Dave Thompson, who wrote the biography, Number One Song in Heaven, about the band and is an editor on All Music, he writes about this song that it affected the listener in a way that perhaps no Spark song since Equator, as it brought Kimono My House to a stuttering conclusion, had been able to, utterly stripping back all the rules and regulations of conventional song structure to leave your ears wondering on what on earth might happen next.
Ooh, Equator is still one of my absolute favorite Spark songs. So
yeah.
Now.
And also Peter Nego, writing in the Sparks fan club magazine around the time when the single came out, was still new. He described Change as completely unprecedented, much the same as the pioneering Kimono and Number One in Heaven material. You will be shocked and delighted.
Okay, this is a hype.
This is a hype, yeah. I was just going to say, we sort of toned down when we talked about pulling rabbits out of a hat. We put the bar very low. Yeah. I put the bar very high.
Extremely high.
So we're going to listen to it now. Be aware, though, even though it's a good song, it's also still very much in the 80s. And the sort of simplistic keyboard sounds. But we can discuss it afterwards. Let's listen to the song now.
Bring it on.
Falling down. I feel like a dog that's been kicked out into the street. I know that dogs can't drive cars, but that's about the only difference between us now. But wait, there's a rainbow over the freeway, and I think I feel the morning sun. Another song is number one. Waste of time, like arguing about whether Santa Claus really exists or not. I got better things to do with my time. I got places that I've got to be, and people that I've got to see. thinking we'll get back together again someday. Your hair will be some weird color by then. Maybe we'll just start off again as friends. I wonder when.
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah.
They obviously got a sampler to maybe a Fairlight or something too.
Yeah, they definitely had a Fairlight.
And it's interesting how they go from the quiet opening with a spoken word and the bass like a jazz bar, and then you get this very 80s orchestral hit like boom, boom. and after a while there's also this really quite cool banging on metal plates or something, or percussion in the middle. But it's sort of abruptly stick together production-wise, things that not something you on paper would think would work together, but I think it worked together here.
Yeah, I think so too. It's the first time for me hearing this song. I just listened to albums, so this came out of the blue, and it's a very different feel to pulling rabbits out of a hat. Has some kind of reminds me a bit about some production techniques that Kate Bush sometimes have during the 80s, but the more kind of inaccessible type of Kate Bush. Also in the song structure in here.
Yeah, it's an odd song. I'm not always comfortable with the very sort of cheap, like the bass here is very, very cheap bass. It's almost have like a demo feel to it. But I really like the song. I like the intro, the kind of like arpeggiated synth that almost sounds like a guitar. Verses are nice. The change from verse, it sings the two last lines of the verse. Very nice. And the chorus is gorgeous. Maybe a bit...
goes on a bit too long in the end.
Jarring with the orchestral hits that are very strong, come on very, very hard. But all in all, a very lovely chorus, I think. Very catchy and enjoyable to listen.
And that's the cover of the single.
Yeah,
being much more arty.
Yeah,
with the nice black and white cover and the excerpts from the lyrics takes up most of the part. This is not something that screams Top of the Pops, but they're aiming for something different.
Yeah, and it's even more interesting that if you would put this song on the next album that was released in 85?
86.
86, yeah. Music that you can dance to. It would certainly stand out as something different even on that album.
Yeah. It doesn't fit in anywhere in a way. But it probably is closer to that album than Pulling Rabbits Out of a Hat, that must be said. and also the style of the album, that also has a black and white cover.
Gives me a bit of this feel, but that was on an album. But David Bowie's "Bring Me the Disco King," and we know what happened. But he was sort of expecting like the next album could go this direction, and in here as well. But then they went somewhere else.
Yeah. And they took the single with them to UK, as I said, and the B-side of the single is an acoustic version of "This Town Ain't Big Enough for Both of Us," to appeal to the UK audiences, because maybe the idea was, okay, they don't know us, but they know this. They don't. Do they remember us? But they please remember this song, so I put that on as a B-side.
And you said on the podcast episode that the Pulling Rabbits Out of a Hat album was not released in the UK at all. So they're trying to reconnect.
Clearly a UK strategy here. But as Russell said about putting the B-side on it, he joked that only 3 or 4 people might care about the gesture. About putting the B-side on there. It was released with several mixes, or two mixes. It came with a 12-inch UK extended mix, which takes it up to about 6 minutes. And there's an extended club mix, which is almost 8 minutes long.
Have you heard it?
Not sure, actually. If it exists, I've heard it. But I think this song is a little bit difficult to find. I mean, the single version is easy enough to find. And it was released on London Records, and maybe because they hadn't been that big in UK at the time, they didn't promote it much, or, for example, create a music video for it. So we're not going to watch the whole thing, but I would just want to show a clip of it. When Sparks then went on a UK TV show, and this was, I think maybe the idea is that they normally show the music video on the show, but because they didn't have one, Sparks did.
You know, the accents.
Yeah, you used to get a friend that talked like me.
Yeah.
One of them kind of
You
accents.
explained that
whatever.
the LA people speak very sort of nasally.
Yeah, we all talk like the Beach Boys, you know.
Beach Boys.
You gotta have one of those nasal things. I talk more nasal than he does.
Oh, really?
He's more mid-Atlantic, and I'm more West Coast.
Is that true, Ryan?
Mid-Atlantic, yes. That's me.
That's you.
All wet, you know.
Well, on to your new single. It's called Change. And
How do you like it?
Well, it says, "The rain is falling down. I feel like a dog that's being kicked out into the street. I know that dogs can't drive cars, but that's about the only difference between us now. Change." What do you mean?
It's kind of a lot of
drive cars?
the usual pseudo-intellectual garbage that you'll...
And I was quite impressed with the other side of it. You've got the, on side 2, your hit, "This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us."
Redone for the 80s, mind you.
It's an acoustic version of the song. Yeah, we thought just it would be interesting having, probably was our best-known song in Britain.
Can I explain
that?
Can I explain? We've gone on this long and we haven't shown our video. Can I explain why?
Oh, of course, yes,
Well,
of course.
see, London Records gave us £500,000 to both record a single and to do a video. Unfortunately, we spent £500,000 recording Change, so it was up to me to direct a video on a 50p budget. So if I could, I'd like to show you the video that we've done. It's only an excerpt of the song.
Oh, okay,
because it's a very long
please.
song, very
You
complicated.
ready for this, Thomas? Mm-hmm. Right.
If there's any other local bands out there that would like this same sort of video treatment, they can contact me through London Records. So it goes like this.
The rain is falling down. I feel like a dog that's been kicked out into the street. I know that dogs can't drive cars, but that's about the only difference between us now. But wait, there's a rainbow over the freeway, and I think I feel the morning sun. Another song is number 1. Golden days have just begun. Change. Every dog is gonna have his day.
So that's the music video for it,
Great music
directed
video.
by Ron.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things I want to mention. There's the line "A Rainbow Over the Freeway" is actually the name of a Sparks tribute album. Came around 2006.
Okay, yeah.
It's been approved by the band themselves. It's an amateur album as well, a little bit like Amateur Hour was. And I also want to mention that pause between the verse and the first chorus. It has an unnatural long wait. It's 6 bars long.
Yeah.
Not 4 bars.
Yeah.
So it comes in at a very surprising
It does.
time. Yeah. No, but it's interesting track. Definitely better than most on Pulling Rabbits Out of a Hat, I would say.
Oh, definitely. I'll be
And
listening to this.
And it is regarded by the fans as their best song, or at least one of their best songs from the 80s. I'm sure I would agree with that entirely, but it's a solid track.
Yeah, no, I would not
Absolutely.
agree with that.
No,
Yeah. We have been through many great songs from the 80s,
certainly have.
and there's still more to go.
Yeah. So I think we'll end it there. Leave us a comment below and let us know what you think about Change. Is it Sparks' best 80s track or not? And we'll be back in hopefully a couple of days. We haven't recorded it yet, so we don't know. With music that you can dance to from 1986, their next album, 14th album. Until then, thank you for watching this episode, and you must all have a great day, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for watching, and see you in a bit.